ahead. And just beginning to relax the back of the body down onto the floor. So you can either have the legs bent, or if you want to have the legs straight, you can have the legs straight. There's no right or wrong here. You just relax in the back of the body down onto the mat. Drawing the chin in towards the throat slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. Shoulders are down and away from the ears. The tip of the tongue is resting gently on the hard palate behind the front teeth. And beginning to allow the exhale to lengthen, drawing the navel back towards the spine on the out-breath. On the inhale, you can allow the belly to rise, taking the breath out of the chest down into the belly. Every exhale, let that tummy button draw back towards the spine. As you exhale, allowing the areas where you know you tend to hold tension, the shoulder blades, the lower back, and the buttocks, try to let those areas relax a little more, releasing more of the back of the body down onto the floor. You can begin to use the count of 3 as you bring the inhale and the exhale to equal length. So just connecting with that lovely, long, soft exhale. You want to try and keep that lovely quality to the breath. As you begin to bring a bit of movement into the body, we're going to cross the right ankle and place it over the left knee. Extend into that right heel, draw back with the ball of the foot, and you can press that right knee or that right thigh away with the right hand. And beginning to feel the stretch in the hip. Relax the lower back, relax the shoulder blades. Stopping here if this feels enough for you, or if you want to, you're taking the left foot off the floor, bringing that thigh in towards the chest. The hands either rest on the right shin or thread the right hand through the gap of the legs and take a hold of the left leg. If the foot's off the floor, bring a little weight onto the left side of the pelvis. Try to get those shoulder blades back onto the mat. And as you exhale, you want to try and bring that left thigh closer in towards the chest, increasing the stretch, easing off on the in-breath. In your own time, move with your own breath. Allow that thigh to come closer on the exhale and ease out of the stretch slightly on the in-breath. Allowing the elbows to soften. You're trying to keep the upper body nice and relaxed. We'll do one more exhale here. Let yourself come to your maximum stretch before you place the left foot down onto the floor. Keep the right ankle crossed over the knee. And just take the hands away from the sides of the body. We're going to twist off to the left. So the outer left thigh is going to come to the floor. The sole of the right foot is coming to the floor. And if you can, you're looking over the right shoulder, if that's okay for you. Trying to relax the back of both shoulder blades down onto the floor, the back of the right upper arm. Or if you want to, you can take the arms all the way overhead. That changes the stretch in the upper body. If that's not comfy, hands straight back down by the sides. Bringing yourself all the way back up. Still keeping the right ankle crossed over the left knee. We're going to extend the sole of the left foot all the way up towards the ceiling. Either place the hands on the right shin or thread the right hand through the gap again and hold on to the straight leg. Relax the shoulder blades back onto the mat. We're going to circle the left foot, just the foot, circling 1, 2, 3, 4, working into the ankle, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend into the heel of the straight leg. We're going to release the hands and take the hands behind the head. Draw the chin in towards the chest, looking down between the gap in the legs. Draw the tummy button back towards the spine. Try to press that lower back down onto the floor. We're going to slowly release the straight leg all the way to the floor, trying to keep the focus on the core, keeping the core engaged. Try not to rush, slowing it down. Once that foot's come all the way down to the floor, just having a wee rest to relax the upper body, relax the knees, Have a wee pause here. Then we're going to take that right thigh and we're going to hug it in towards the chest. Either holding the shin or the back of the thigh and squeeze that right thigh close in towards the chest, working into the hip, the internal organs. Keep a hold of the leg in the left hand. We're taking the right arm out to shoulder height. You want to try and keep the shoulder blades on the floor, bringing that right knee, that right foot across the middle of the body. Come onto the outer edge of the straight foot. And you can use the left hand to apply a little bit of weight, bringing that knee across. If that's too much, just stay in the hug position. You don't have to come into the twist. Or you can release the knee further away from the body. That takes ease off the hip. And trying to relax the upper arms, the shoulder blades, the buttocks, the thighs. Just allowing yourself to release down into the twist again. Bringing it all the way back up. And we're going to place the right foot down onto the floor. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. We're going to the other side. Extend into the heel. Press that left knee or that thigh away, depending on what's comfy for you. Relaxing the shoulder blades and the lower back. Stop here. Beware the differences on both sides of the body. So stop here if you want. Or take the right foot off the floor. Either place the hands on the left shin or thread the left hand through, taking a hold of that right leg. If the foot's off the floor, you bring a little weight onto the right side of the pelvis. Relax the shoulder blades onto the mat before you begin to hug the thigh closer in towards the chest. Easing off on the in-breath. So always listening and responding to your own body. If it's not comfortable, you always have the option to come back to the previous stage. Should feel like a stretch, it shouldn't feel like pain. And in the same tone, don't cheat yourself. So really let yourself feel that lovely stretch. One more breath. Then we're going to place that right foot down onto the floor. And we're keeping the left ankle crossed over. The right knee, we're going to twist off to the right this time, so the outer right thigh and the sole of the left foot. If it's okay for the neck, you're gazing over the left shoulder. Play with the hand position if you want, taking the arms overhead or down by the side, up to you. Trying to get the back of both shoulder blades, the back of the upper arms onto the floor. At the end of the next exhale, coming all the way back up. We're keeping the left ankle crossed over still. We're extending the sole of the right foot up to the ceiling. Hands either resting on the left shin or take the left hand through the gap. Hold the straight leg. Relax the shoulder blades back onto the mat before you circle that right foot. 1, 2, legs stay still, just the foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend into the heel of the straight leg, taking the hands behind the head. Draw the chin into the chest. Navel back, press the lower back onto the floor. So don't hold with the neck, let the hands support the head. Slowly and with control, release that straight leg to the floor, keeping the focus on the core. Pause if you need to reconnect the core, slowing it down. Once it's come all the way down, just relaxing the knee, relaxing the upper body, taking a wee bit. Then we're going to take the left thigh, we're going to hug it closer in towards the chest, squeezing it in towards the body. Keep a hold of the knee in the right hand, left arm comes out to shoulder height, and bringing that knee all the way across, coming onto the outer edge of the straight leg. Using the right hand to apply a little bit of weight. Remember, you can release the knee away from the body if you need, or you can come back to the previous stage. If you can, looking over the left shoulder, and relaxing the shoulder blade, the upper arm is heavy, the elbow is soft, relaxing down into the twist. Bringing it all the way back up. And then this time we're going to hug both knees in towards the chest, circling yourself around one direction, then the other, just giving the back a massage. Keeping the feet off the floor, take the hands behind the head once again and bring the chin in towards the chest. The head's resting back in the hands are supporting the head. Draw the navel back, press the lower back down onto the floor. Take the shins parallel to the ceiling. We're going to do our bicycle crunches. So we're taking the right elbow to the left knee. And if you can, you're straightening that right leg forward, coming into a lovely abdominal exercise. Then come back to the starting position. The right knee comes in to meet the elbow comes to the knee, and straighten the opposite leg. We're just going to do some. I'm not even going to put a number on it. We're doing some to each side. Nice slow crunches. If you've had enough, if you've reached your maximum, you come to just lying and hugging the knees into the chest. If you can, we'll just do one more each side, just for fun. When you've done the same to both sides, releasing, hugging those knees in towards the chest and giving the back a massage, circling yourself around one direction then. We're going to take the feet flat onto the floor. Inner edges of the feet are parallel and hip distance. You're drawing the heels close in towards the buttocks. If you have a pillow under your head at this point, you're going to release the pillow, taking it away so the back of the head is resting down on the floor. Drawing in the chin so the neck is long, palms of the hands are flat on the floor. We're going to prepare to do a bridge. So we start just with a small tilt. We're not lifting the pelvis. As you breathe out, you're going to try and press the lower back down onto the floor, and you'll find that the tailbone tucks under ever so slightly, and on the inhale, you release. So it's a small tuck of the pelvis. Exhale, the tummy button draws back, and you press that lower back onto the floor, tilt the pelvis up, and release on the in-breath. The next time you do the small tuck, I want you to focus on the feet. Press the ball of the foot, the big toe side of the foot, down onto the floor, and begin to feel the inner thighs work. The core working, the pelvic floor will also draw up. One more small tuck of the pelvis. Then on your inhale, we're going to begin to raise those hips up towards the ceiling and peel the spine off the floor. So press into the hands, press into the feet, raise those hips up towards the ceiling, and then just bring yourself straight back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone comes down last, drawing up with the pelvic floor, keeping with that rhythm. Exhale, engage the core. Inhale, press into the hands, press into the feet, raise the hips. Ball of the foot pressing down on the floor. The knees extend forwards over the feet. Just coming up and down in your own time. If you need to bring the heels closer in towards the buttocks, you can do that when you're lying down on the floor. Let's do 3 more. So when you lift, now start to press the upper arms into the mat. Begin to raise the chest up towards the chin. Knees extend forwards over the feet, lengthening and opening the front of the body in your own time, rolling up and down through the spine. 2 more with your breath. Press into the hands, press into the feet, the upper arms, extend those knees forwards, lengthen the front of the body, lovely. As you come back down, drawing up with the pelvic floor. Once you've completed your 3, you're just going to bring those knees in towards the chest, giving the back a massage, circling yourself around, taking your time. So we're going to bring ourselves all the way up to sit. If you want, you can cross the ankles, hold on to the outer edges of the feet and rock yourself up or come up any way you want. And we're going to come and sit. If you've got a pillow or a cushion and you want to sit on it, then feel free to sit on your pillow or your cushion. Either have the legs crossed or have the feet straight out in front of you. It's up to you. So don't sit cross-legged if you're gripping for dear life. You want to try and find a little bit of release in this position. Let the elbows be heavy, bring the shoulders down, and we're going to begin to engage the core, lifting up out the sideways. So feel that lift up the sideways. Beginning to develop space between the vertebrae and the spine, space between the shoulder blades and the collarbones. Then drop the tip of the chin ever so slightly. Draw the chin in towards the throat. Feel the fullness in the back of the neck. And feel as if you're extending the crown of the head all the way up towards the ceiling. Keeping that lift. Allow the shoulder blades to release down towards the waist. Allow the buttocks to be heavy, taking the tension out the lower back. And working to relax the hips and the thighs. The core is engaged, supporting you. The spine is long. Let's just take that right ear down to the right shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. Inhale, coming back up. And when you're ready, going to the other side in your own breath. Keeping with that rhythm with your own breath. So the head is heavy. You're not trying to bring the shoulder up to meet the ear. Just use the weight of that head to stretch out the side of the neck. We're doing one more like this. So 3 to each side. Releasing to the very end of the exhale. Once you've completed, coming all the way back up to sit. Spine is long, shoulders down. I'm just going to have a sneaky peek at my book because I've forgotten the next bit. Oh, yes. So we're raising the arms and we're relaxing the shoulders. Feeling as if you're being extended, you're stretching from the middle finger to the middle finger across the back of the body. So from here, you're going to tuck the thumb in and make a gentle fist by wrapping the fingers around the outer edge of the thumb. We're now going to rotate the upper arms forward. So rotate the upper arms forwards and then reverse. Rotate the upper arms and open. Slide those shoulder blades down the back. Rotating forwards and rotating open. One more like that, rotating forwards and rotating open. Relaxing the hands down and giving it a shake. Let's tuck the elbows in. Come back to that hand mudra. So the thumb is tucked in and the fingers wrapping around the thumb. Elbows are in, shoulders down. We're circling the wrists this time, just the wrists. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And giving it a shake. Placing the right hand down on the floor, stretch and extend up the left side of the body. So extend, stretching all the way up. Keep that, lift up the left side. Bend the right elbow. We're coming into a lovely gentle side. Lengthening and opening the left side of the body. Inhale, bring it back up. Place the left hand to the floor and stretch through to the middle finger. Keep that length, then bend that left elbow. To the other side when you're ready. Try not to pull with the shoulder, so when you stretch up, don't pull with the shoulder. Feel the length up the side waist, keeping the shoulders down, then bending the elbow, coming a little deeper. To the other side, place that left hand, stretch up. When you come into the side bend, you're going to look up under the upper arm. So that stops the shoulder from rolling forwards, gazing under the upper arm. Let's just do one more each side, just 3 to each side. Lift and extend on your in-breath. Exhale, gaze under the upper arm. Coming back up on your inhale, last time to the other side. Stretching up. Exhale all the way over. Bringing it all the way back up and giving it a little shiggle. We're going to take the right hand and place it on the left knee. We're taking the left hand, take it all the way behind you. If you can, place the hand in line with the spine. We're going to bend the right elbow and we're going to start to bring the right side of the body forwards, coming into a seated twist. So the right side of the body starts to move forwards, the left side of the body is going to start to move back, and then you're going to gaze all the way over that left shoulder. The elbows are bent, relax the shoulders, spread the collarbones, lovely seated twist around the waist. Coming all the way back round, and we'll go to the other side. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Spine is long, lift and lengthen. Then bend that left elbow, bring the left side of the body forwards. The right side of the body moves back. Relax the shoulders, spread the collarbones, twisting a little more. And coming all the way back, right? Giving it a show. So we're either going to swap the cross of the legs, or if your hips have had enough, take the legs straight out in front of you. This is your chance to have a wee break in between. We're going to do 3 movements with the breath and the arms. So we're going to take the arms out, and as you inhale, circle the arms all the way up. Let the head rest back and look up towards the thumbs. Interlace the hands. Take the elbows wide, and as you exhale, follow the hands with the gaze down through center. Keep the spine long, but the head rests forwards, and you stretch the back of the neck. We're going to do 2 more in your own breath. You circle up and round on your inhale, the head rests back. And as you exhale, you come all the way down. Try not to collapse the upper body, just stretching the back of the neck. 1 more in your own time. At the end of the 3rd breath, try not to rush. You're going to keep the hands interlaced, the head resting forwards and the palms facing down. On our next inhale, we're going to begin to extend the palm of the hand forward, straighten the arms. Keep the head centered as you raise the arms all the way up if you can, palms facing up to the ceiling. Slide the shoulder blades down towards the waist. Keep the upper arm in line with the ear. We're going to draw the tummy button and the rib cage around to the right. A seated twist to the right. Exhale, coming back to center. And on your inhale, tummy button and rib cage to the left. And back to center. 2 more with the breath. So you rotate on the inhale. And back on the exhale. And twisting on the in. 1 more to each side. Once you've done 3 in your own breath, taking the arms down and giving the shoulders a wee shake. From here, we're going to raise the left arm, relax the shoulder. We're taking the left hand across the front of the body, tucking that right hand underneath. And just keep that shoulder down. You can bring the right hand towards the right side of the face, increasing the stretch in that shoulder. And release. Shake it out. Raise the right arm, shoulder down, take it across the front of the body, tuck the left hand underneath. Relaxing the shoulder down as the left hand comes towards the left side of the face. You can bring it in towards the cheek. That increases the stretch again. And shake it out. This time, the left arm, you're stretching it all the way up towards the ceiling. So really extend that all the way up. I'm going to turn around to show you. You're taking the hand, you're placing it to the upper back. So palm of the hand to the upper back. Looks easy. Let's take the right hand onto the left elbow and encourage that hand a little bit further down. You can use the back of the head to encourage that arm away, pointing the elbow up towards the ceiling, and relax the shoulders. Lovely stretch. And release. Shake it out. Stretch up with the right. Take that hand, place it on the upper back, hold the elbow with the left hand, and start to encourage that hand a little bit further down. Again, the back of the head can be used to encourage that elbow to point up to the ceiling as you relax the shoulders. And release. Giving it a shake. We're going to take the legs straight out in front of us. So give the hips a wee break. Give the legs a shake. Bending up the left leg. So starting position is the foot to the inner edge. If you can, take it all the way across to the outer edge. Holding the knee in the right hand, or if you can, the right elbow. Left hand coming behind you again in line with the spine. So that foot is flat on the floor, all the way down. Even the big toes are flat on the floor. You're hugging that thigh in towards the chest, and we're trying to open the whole chest over that top leg. So the right side of the body's moving forwards, the left side of the body's moving back, and you're bringing that thigh in towards the body, squeezing around the center. Lovely stretch on the hip, the spine, the internal organs. Shoulders down, spread the collarbones. And release. Keeping that left leg over the top, we're going to slide it across. And if you can, you have one knee on top of the other. We're going to start with the hands on that top knee as we lengthen up out the sideways. Now we're going to lengthen the front of the body over that top leg, and we're taking the head down towards the top knee. It's a really particular stretch. It's lovely. When I say lovely, I mean it's usually really strong. So either keeping the hands on that top knee, or you can place them on the straight leg, or if you can catch the foot of the straight leg, you can catch the foot of the straight leg. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, and just let the head go. So make sure you're not pulling with the upper body. Let those elbows be soft, relaxing down into it. Every exhale, the tummy button's drawing back. One more breath. You want to try and contact the head with the knee. One gentle touch. Then come all the way back up. And we will swap to the other side. We are taking the right leg, either bending up or if you can, all the way across. Holding the knee, so make sure that foot's flat. The big toes are flat on the floor. Hold the right knee in the left hand or the left elbow. Right hand is behind you. And this time, bringing that right thigh in towards the chest. Start to open the whole chest over that top leg. So the right side of the body's moving back. The left side of the body's moving forwards. The hand is behind you. You can walk it more in line with the spine if you want. Gazing all the way over that right shoulder. Continue to hug the thigh in towards the chest. Squeezing around the center. And untangle. Come back round. Slide that top foot across. So it's almost like a little kind of figure of four you're looking for with the legs. Hands to the top knee. And lengthen up the side waist. Then take the front of the body over that front thigh and let the head start to come down towards that top knee. So either keep the hands on the knee or place them on the bottom leg, or again, if you can, hold the toes of the straight leg. Soften the elbows, relax the shoulders, and just breathe into it. So as you exhale, the tummy button's drawing back and you're trying to relax those areas that you might be gripping. So the shoulders in particular, the jaw, the thighs, the kneecaps. One more exhale. Try to get the head down towards the knee before you bring yourself all the way back up. And then we'll just untangle the legs. Give it a shake. We're going to bring ourselves into cats, coming onto your hands and knees in your own way, bringing yourself around. If you need to do a little stretch, you can do a little stretch or a little shuffle of the hips if you want to. In your cat position, have the shoulders stacked directly above the wrist. The hips are directly above the knees. Spread the fingers. You try and get as much of the hand in contact with the mat as you can. Try not to collapse between the arms to fill up between the shoulder blades. And bring the back of the neck in line with the spine again. So that slight dip of the chin. Draw the chin in towards the throat. Fill up the back of the neck. Keep that lovely space. We're going to round the spine up to the ceiling. Draw the navel back toward the spine, round the spine up the ceiling, let the head relax completely, give it a wee shimmy. Then when you're ready, the next breath, we go in the opposite direction. So we tilt the pelvis, the rib cage relaxes down to the floor, shoulder blades down the back, let the chest move forwards, the heart moves forwards, then the face completes. Keeping with that rhythm, draw the navel back, round the spine up the ceiling and let the head completely relax. When you go in the opposite direction, try not to collapse between the arms, so resist the mat away, spread the collarbones, the heart moves forwards. In your own breath, just taking the spine in opposite directions, bringing a little movement into the spine. Trying to let the movement last the duration of the breath if you can. So the movement starts at the very beginning of the breath and finishes at the very end. We're just going to do one more in each direction. Don't rush, take your time. When you've completed, you bring yourself back to your starting position, filling up between the shoulder blades, back of the neck in line with the spine, and the core muscles are engaged. We're going to come into our diagonal lift and lengthen, so we're raising the right hand and the left leg. On your inhale, you stretch and extend fingertips to toes, and as you exhale, bring the knee in towards the belly and the elbow in towards the belly. If you're wobbly, keep the hands on the floor, just use the legs, keep going. Inhale, extend, and exhale, squeeze it in. We're doing 5 to each side. So if you can, it's hand and leg. If that's too much, it's just the leg. Lovely diagonal extension. The more you bring the knee in towards the belly, the more you feel those core muscles engage. Once you've done your 5 to one side, we just swap to the other side and we raise the left hand and the right leg. Stretch and extend on your inhale, and on your exhale, squeeze it into the center. Try not to collapse into that supporting arm. Being aware again the differences in both sides of the body. If you need the hands on the floor on this side, keep the hands on the floor, just use the legs. Once you've done your 5, we're bringing ourselves back to our starting position, coming into your cat. And we're going to take a little shimmy towards the back of the mat. So you want to be more towards the back of the mat, keeping the hips above the knees. We're going to take the forearms to the floor. So the fingertips are touching, elbows are out to the side, the head rests on the back of the hands. And you're trying to take your chest down to the floor. This is called anahata. So you're trying to relax the upper arms down towards the floor. Eventually, chest come out all the way down on the floor. Keep the core engaged, supporting the back. So you have the option of stopping here. The hips are above the knees. You can rest here. It's a really nice stretch. Or if your shoulders are up for it, you're going to straighten your arms forwards. Hands are shoulder distance or a little wider. Keeping relaxing that chest down to the floor. We are all going to come to lie on our tummy. So everyone raise the head forwards. Press the hands into the mat. Engage the core, supporting the back. Come forwards, come down onto your forearms. The front of the thighs come to the floor. The hip bones all the way down to lie. Rest the head on the back of the hands. Fingertips touching, elbows out to the side. Rock the hips from side to side. We're going to do a sequence of back strengthening exercises. So this is one of my weakest points, so yours will all be wonderful. Don't copy what I'm saying, listen to the words. We're going to extend the arms forward so the hands are flat on the floor. The arms are shoulder distance or a little wider. So have the hands shoulder distance, or if it's too much, the shoulders, take them wider and relax the shoulders down. The gaze is down towards the mat. So very important back strengthening. You're going to keep the gaze down towards the mat so the neck is nice and long. We're going to start raising the right hand and the left leg. The foot can come off the floor if you want. We're going to raise right hand, left leg, lifting as you inhale. Exhale, release back down to the mat, then go to the other side. Left hand, right leg, lift and stretch. Exhale, bringing it back down. We're doing 3 to each side. In your own breath, you extend fingertips to toes and you release down on your exhale. Lovely. Keeping lovely long necks, everyone. Stretching and extending so it's supported back strengthening exercises. Lift and lengthen on your in. Exhale, releasing it back down. Doesn't matter how high you lift. Just feel that lovely stretch and lengthen. Once you've done 3 to each side, you place the head on the back of the hands, fingertips touching, elbows out to the side, and you rock the hips from side to side. So take a breath, take a rest in between, rock those hips, ease out the back. We're going to do a little vinyasa in between just to ease it out. Slide the hands by the chest, hug the elbows in. We're keeping the knees on the floor. We're press the hands into the mat and we lift into modified head up dog. Now we're going to tuck the toes under, the knees are staying on the floor. Keep the core engaged, supporting the back, taking the bottoms back towards the heels. Once your bottoms come back to the heels, sway the hips from side to side, easing out the back. Bring the back of the neck in line with the spine, slide the shoulders down towards the waist. We're coming forwards to lie on our tummies. So come forwards through a modified plank. Keep coming forwards, your elbows bend back. You come to lie flat on your tummy, uncurl the toes, rest the head in the back of the hands and rock the hips. We're going to come to the second of our back strengthening exercises. Take the hands behind the body and interlace the hands with the knuckles facing down towards the heels. So again, we're going to be coming to lift the body. So listen before you come into it. We're going to be coming to lift the body off the floor. We're going to keep the neck long with the gaze down towards the mat. You might feel that your feet want to come off the floor, and that's fine. Lift the feet if they want to come off the floor, but the focus is more on the upper body. So roll the shoulders back and round and start on your inhale. Extend those knuckles down towards the heels and lift the upper body. Feet can come off if you want. Exhale, release back down. Perfect. Two more like that. On your inhale, extend those knuckles and lift the upper body. Keeping the neck long. Yes, excellent. Exhale, releasing back down. Again, it doesn't matter how high you come. One more with your breath, lifting. Feet can come off if you need. On your exhale, releasing back down. Let the head rest on the back of the hands and rock those hips from side to side, easing out the back. So fingertips are touching, elbows out to the side. Have a little break. We're going to come through our vinyasa again. So you're taking the hands by the chest, hug those elbows in, roll the shoulders. We're keeping the knees on the floor and we lift. Modified head up dog. Tucking the toes under, use the core, support the back, slowly coming back, knees stay on the floor, bottoms back towards the heels and sway those hips from side to side, easing out the back. So always important to a counter pose to whatever you're doing. Bring the back of the neck in line with the spine, shoulders down, coming forwards again, shoulders above the hips. Keep coming forwards, let those elbows bend back. We're going to lie flat on the floor for the last of our back strengtheners. Uncurl the toes, head rests on the hands, rocking it out. This time, we're taking the arms straight down by the sides with the palms facing down towards the floor. Palms are facing down. This is my favourite of the back strengtheners. I can't do it, but it's wonderful to watch. So with the arms down by the sides, so Hillary, take your hands down by the sides. Hillary? I don't know if her microphone's turned off. I don't know if she can hear me. So the arms are down by the sides, the arms are straight, the palms are facing down. We're going to be lifting the upper body, the hands and the feet. Very important, keep the gaze down towards the mat, keeping the neck long. When you take the hands down, feel as if you're extending those arms down towards the feet. So the hands don't lift very high. Hillary, if you can hear me, we're doing skydiver. On your inhale, raise the upper body, the hands, the feet, draw those hands down towards the feet, lifting. Exhale, releasing back down to the mat. This looks wonderful. I love it. Two more like that. Inhale, lifting, extend those hands to the feet, shoulders down. And exhale, releasing it back down. In your own time, when you're ready, lifting the upper body. Exhale, bringing it back down. And when you've completed, head on the back of the hands again, fingertips touching, elbows out to the side, having a little rest, rock those hips. We're going to slide the hands, coming back into our vinyasa. Take the hands by the chest, hug the elbows, roll the shoulders. Keep the knees on the floor, taking your time. Modified head up dog. Tucking those toes under, knees on the floor, bottoms back towards the heels. Doing a little sway from side to side, easing out the back. This time we're going to unfold into head down dog. So keep the bottoms back and start to straighten the legs. So keep that backwards motion. The chest stretches back towards the thighs. Peel the knees off the floor and open into your upside down V position, your head down dog. Pedal the legs and sway the hips. Use the core to support you. So you're either going to come into modified plank or full plank if you can. And as you exhale back into head down dog, stretch the chest back to the front. 2 more like that. Plank or modified plank, up to you. Exhale is head down dog. This time when we come into plank, we're going to come to lie all the way to the floor. So you can take those knees to the floor, releasing with control all the way down. Uncurl the toes, roll the shoulders. We're going to lift, modified head up dog to begin. So hold this position. You're in modified head up dog. Then if you can, you're going to just take the knees off the floor. Draw the thighs up. Don't let the hips raise. Press into the tops of the feet. You're in full head up dog. Lovely. Take the knees back onto the floor. Tuck the toes. Stretch back into head down dog. Pedal the legs. Sway the hips. Stretching up and back. And we're just coming into child's pose. So we're taking the knees to the floor. Knees apart. Toes together. Bottoms back towards the heels. And if you can, rest the head on the back of the hands. Or the head can be on the floor with the hands wrapped around the body. So you're resting in child's pose. You inhale, breathing into the back of the body, and exhale, allow the buttocks and the hips to relax down towards the heels. Just allow the breath to slow. Let's slowly come all the way up to sit. Rapidly, just doing one more thing. I know we've rapidly run out of time, so wheel the legs around. I always get carried away with myself when I teach yoga. Coming to sit in Dandasana, which is the legs straight out in front of you, the hands behind you, and the fingers are facing away. So the hands, you can have the hands shoulder distance, or if you need to have them wider, you can have them wider. Just don't put tension into the upper end, into the inner elbows. So in this position, we come to a kind of relaxed position where you just let the tops of the shoulders roll forwards and the pelvis kind of hangs back slightly. Then we're going to go in the opposite direction, so tilt the pelvis, let the shoulder blades slide down, lift the chest. If you can, let the head rest back, so you're looking up to the ceiling. We're going to do a big full breath and raise the chest all the way up. Then as you exhale, just allow it to relax. Come back to the starting position. And we're just going to go one more back. So take the hands as far as is comfortable back for you and just come to hands. Let yourself slouch. Then we'll go in the opposite direction. So when you're ready, tilt the pelvis. Move up through the spine. Slide the shoulders down. So you're opening the heart, you're opening the chest. The head can rest back if you're comfortable. Then do a lovely full inhale. So raise the chest, lift the heart, breathing all the way up. Exhale, let yourself relax all the way back. Walk the hands back in. You can bend up the legs. You can give the shoulders a wee shake. So you're also working into the shoulders as well as the breath. And let's just come to a comfortable seated position. So you can have the legs crossed, or you can have the legs straight, or you can be sitting on your knees. And just begin to allow the breath to slow again. So relax those shoulders, let the elbows be heavy. Focus on the core, lengthen the spine, filling up the back of the neck. Space across the upper body. Keeping the core engaged, supporting you as you relax the lower back and the buttocks, the hips and the thighs. Taking the breath down into the belly, either closing the eyes or lowering the gaze. Let the belly come forwards, inflating on the inhale. The navel draws back towards the spine on the exhale. Being aware of the coolness of the air as it enters the nostrils. Warmth of the air as it leaves. And we'll just bring our hands together into Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up. And namaste. Thank you very much. Sorry.